This is Saints 4 Takeaways, sponsored by Rouse's Markets, the official supermarket of the Saints.
I really thought last week was rock bottom. The bottom fell a little further down. Saints fans are calling for Dennis Allen to be fired. To me, that's two very different questions. Should Dennis Allen be fired, and will Dennis Allen be fired? This one is your opinion. That one is up to Mickey Loomis. So let's come back to that and start our 4 takeaways with this. The Saints' quarterback play Sunday was just terrible. Jake Haener's passer rating was slightly better. He and Spencer Rattler combined for a 73 of 30 teams playing this week before Monday. That's the 27th best. The 3 teams beneath the Saints all lost too. And on third down, their combined numbers were even worse, a combined 41.3. And here's the thing. The Saints had a running game Sunday. They averaged 5.6 yards a carry. 80% of the starting offensive line started. But the Saints punted 9 times in the game. They were an abysmal 2 of 16 on third down because they could not threaten with the forward pass. It was literally painful to watch. And here's the thing. This is an organizational failure. Remember this guy? The Saints chose not to re-sign him, I think, because they didn't want to hear fans calling for the backup quarterback anymore. In the noon window Sunday, by the way, this guy quarterbacked the Browns against the Baltimore Ravens, and Jameis Winston threw for more yards, more touchdowns, and a better quarterback rating than Lamar Jackson, who might be the MVP. And Jameis won the game. The Saints organization decided they didn't need a veteran backup who eats W's, and they've been paying the price for 3 weeks now, which leads us to what now? What's the rest of this season look like? The Saints are 2-6, and this is the 4th year the NFL has a 7-team playoff bracket and a 17-game schedule. In each of the first 3, there are some 9-8 teams getting into the playoffs and some getting left out. But that is the minimum playoff mark. Get to 9 wins. To do that, the Saints would have to go 7-2 over their last 9, which is obviously unrealistic. But is that what it'll take for DA to keep his job next season? Because history is not on his side. Will they? Should they? You know how many times in Saints history they have had a 6-game losing streak in a season? This is actually the 10th time. The first was to start the franchise, a 7-game losing streak in 67, then 6 losses in 69 and in 70. Then the Saints lost 7 straight in 75, the baghead season in which they lost 14 straight in 80, 6 straight losses in 85, 7 straight in 96, 7 more in 99, the Katrina 6-game losing streak of 05, and then this year. Tom Fears coached the Saints for 3 of those losing seasons. The expansion team expected to lose early, but by 1970, Fears was fired mid-season. John North began the 75 season as the Saints coach. He was fired mid-season. In 80, Dick Nolan was fired mid-season. In 85, Bum Phillips resigned mid-season. In 96, Jim Mora resigned mid-season. In 99, Mike Ditka fired after the season. In 05, Jim Haslett fired after the season. And the point is, in the last 55 years, no Saints coach has been brought back to coach the next season after a 6-game losing streak, and there have been a bunch of examples. Now, you get the feeling Mickey Loomis wants to keep Dennis Allen, but the Saints travel to Carolina to play the worst team in football this Sunday. If rock bottom gets any lower, Loomis may not have a choice. And that's my 4 takeaways from the miserable offensive showing in Los Angeles.